Hi everyone, I'm here to give a quick update on this IVF cycle and how things are going. Today's Tuesday, so at my last video I had started on meds but hadn't had any further monitoring since I started them, I believe. So I started the meds last Wednesday, so I haven't done them today. I haven't done the injections today yet because I do them at night. So I have done 6 days of injections so far. I went in on Sunday morning, Easter morning, to get labs and ultrasound done. And that showed that things were starting to grow. At that point, I had one measurable follicle on the right side, and I want to say 5 measurable follicles on the left side. I think that's right. And then there were some others that just weren't quite measurable yet, which I guess it has to be a centimeter to be measurable. So there were a bunch that were there, just not quite at the point where they could technically measure them. In my ultrasound results that I can look at online, it did have information for like maybe one more on each side that was just below a centimeter. So things looked good. Got the call in the afternoon that things looked good, and to just continue on as I was doing with the meds and everything, and go back Tuesday morning, which was this morning, for another ultrasound and labs, which it seems like the pattern is that right now at least it's going to be every 2 days. I wasn't sure how frequent it was going to be. I think I was told like probably 2 to 3 days, but it could be every day, and like who knows, as we get closer it might end up being more frequent. So went in this morning for more lab work and ultrasound, and the labs, I'm sure that they're important to the doctor and like that they actually mean something to her. They don't mean a whole lot to me, so it's just, it's just what happens every time I go, and I can look at the results, but like I don't really know what they mean, honestly. So anyway, so there was lab work and ultrasound. I had the blood drawn first, I think. It doesn't really matter. And so I had the ultrasound done, and more follicle growth. There are now 4 measurable follicles on the right, so 3 more than last time, and a couple more that aren't quite measurable. So I think in total listed on the ultrasound there were 7. So like 3 of them were like just below the cutoff to technically be considered measurable, and then there were 4 that were measurable, and they were around 11 to 13 millimeters. And then on the left side I had 8 measurable follicles, so that went up from 5 to 8, and those were between about a 12 and a 14. I think one was a little over a 14, and I think one on the right was a little over 13, but they're all kind of around the same size. And again, on the left there was at least one maybe that was listed that was like just below the cutoff, but is there. And so the ultrasound tech said, like, this is what I see, it all looks good, and there's definitely some more there that could develop and become measurable. So as of right now, 4 on the right, 8 on the left, plus an additional 2 or 3 that might catch up. So doing pretty good. I'm happy with that. I don't quite know where is a good place to be at this point in the cycle, because I have some people that I can reach out to and ask questions of, but like I haven't yet. And so I don't really know, aside from the doctors and everyone telling me that this is good, I don't really know. I don't have anything to compare it to. So I'm happy with it. The doctors are happy with it. I got the call this afternoon again that things look good, and my doctor is having me go down slightly on the gonal F. So I was on 150 milligrams a night, and now I'm going to be going down to 125 a night. So it doesn't actually change anything as far as the number of shots or anything like that. It's just the gonal F is the pen that like I dial up, and so I'll just dial it to 125 instead of 150, and hopefully that's, I don't really know the reasoning for going down on that. I think it probably has something to do with my labs rather than the follicle count and stuff, but I'm not sure. I honestly, I should probably like read more about all of this kind of stuff, but it's a little bit overwhelming and I just can't take in any more information really. I'm just kind of dealing with it as it comes. And then as just as in terms of how I'm feeling, I'm really fatigued, which could partly be that Lex has had some wake ups during the nights, and my sleep just has not been amazing, and I've been having to get up at like 6:30 in the morning to go have these ultrasounds and lab work done. So that certainly doesn't help anything, but overall just feeling tired. I'm today for the first time starting to feel like it's a really weird, difficult to describe feeling, but like I can feel my ovaries and like it's just full, and during the ultrasound was kind of when I first noticed it. I was like, oh, that feels like a pretty big ovary there. And it's a really weird feeling. I did have a similar feeling when the second month that I did Clomid, even though like I don't know how many follicles I had that month. I didn't have really any monitoring that would show those kinds of things, but I felt like this around when I was ovulating. So that would have been like the peak of the follicles at that point. So I feel like this is just the beginning, and I have potentially like maybe another week of the stims to do. So we'll see how I feel towards the end of this, and I'm sure it's going to just get more uncomfortable. I'm not really uncomfortable, it's just kind of a weird feeling, and like I'm just noticing it. I don't know if I have mentioned before that I am going to acupuncture once a week to hopefully help with this whole process, help with the actual growth and that kind of thing, and then also help with like side effects from it. And the plan would be to continue going to acupuncture weekly through as much of the pregnancy as I can, assuming that this is successful. So I go on Saturday mornings for acupuncture, which is also just kind of I get to spend like an hour lying on a table relaxing, which is also just really nice, and I think probably helpful for this whole process. So that is the update. I go back on Thursday morning for more blood work and another ultrasound, and we'll see what that shows. I don't really know what to expect as far as timetable goes, but I imagine with the follicles only being like 11 to 14, I probably have a little ways to go before they're at the point where they want to do the egg retrieval. So that is the update for now. I will try to get back and do a quick update on Thursday after that ultrasound, and just kind of let you all know how it's going and what things look like. So thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.